Hey guys, so by 2030, sovereign green bond in emerging market they could cross trillions. But will the continent of Africa be a leader or a laggard? Questions. Take a couple of seconds. What's your guess? I know what you would say. I know what you would say. Why would you say that? By the way, let me come back to you and tell you whether you're right or wrong. See you in a second. Hey, my good people, I'm Tony, founder of Renewables in Africa. We raise awareness about renewables and its sustainability. So, if you're one of these companies interested to expand into Africa, we are eco-bridge to this market, and we can help you with visibility, with lead, but also deals. Or if you say, we're looking to decarbonize, we again your eco-bridge to sustainable pathway, and we can help you with carbon footprint assessment and carbon reduction strategy. Now, you know, debt is already heavy on many of our countries. And green bond can flip the narrative. That's where it becomes interesting. So you can have finance become a climate solution, not just a burden. So when I hear about that, it makes me feel hopeful. It makes me ask a question. So how can we make it happen? Because I know how desperately we need that. We need to change the narrative a little bit. We need to turn the tide. How do we make it happen? That's what we're discussing today, you and I, right? And I'm very much interested to hear about your news. I know I've been talking about that the whole week, but I want to hear what you think about. So drop that in the comment, but reach out to me. Let me know how can we make things happen. It's about finding solution in here, right? So let me just talk to you a little bit more about that. Growth projection in emerging markets. So they the fastest green band expansion, normal, right? So a lot of people, also big industry, established industry, want to see these countries catching up in terms of energy transition, but they need to be helped. But finally, it's a big hurdle, and green bond it's a financial mechanism instrument that could really sort of improve the situation. So that's the reason we see faster expansion. So the climate finance gap. So we talked about more than $2.5 trillion, annually. It's well documented. And we see that as well. There is a debt distress if the green bond are not well structured. So that's why we make effort to introduce your partners you can rely upon to move this direction in the safest way possible, right? So in terms of finance as well, because it's about making the whole instrument opportunity, I would say, bankable, right? And to do that, one solution I would sometimes would use is blended finance. Where blended finance plus sovereign green bonds. The two together can make a real impact and real difference. But let me ask you then a tough question. So is it worth taking on debt even if funds, you know, don't survive? Yeah. No, sorry. Let me repeat it because you may be confused. I was confused myself. Is it worth for us to take debt if it funds survival? Because I think you want to bring in debt in growth markets where you see opportunity can really help you to grow. But if it's just to survive that you're taking on debt, is it worth it taking it? Good question. Let me know. Yeah, I want to know. So the road ahead demands courage, transparency, and creativity. So within the company, so we committed to being the eco bridge that can push, the green finance across the continent. So we really want to invite you to join the conversation and to shape the role sovereign green bond in the continent. We want to do that together. So let me know if you accept my invitation. And in the comment box, I'd like to hear more from you. So that was Tony to you. Renewables in Africa. We talked about green bonds, and then very excited to read from you, to hear from you, and I'm sure you've already shared a few of our messages or videos. Take care. Bye bye.